Morning everybody, this is Capri in Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn, here to let you watch how I'm leveling Botany from level 30 to 41 on my alt. Now, I would like to say there are faster and better ways to level, but what I did instead was I grinded things that I farm on a normal basis anyways. So, starting at level 30, I decided to go start with Gil Buns, which in the past when I leveled my mains Botany, that was a huge gold mine for me, but the prices dropped, so I wanted to see if the prices has returned and if the demand is still there. Alright, so after I grabbed a full row of that, I teleported to Camp Drybone, and I picked up a row of Mhigan Mustard and Pearl Ginger. I debated getting a full row of Button Mushroom as well, because it is an amazing seller, but I decided since I opened up my level 31 to 35 tier of the Gathering Log, I would move on to Desert Saffron. If you want a faster alternative to level from 30 to 31 to open up that log, then consider doing leves over in Costa del Sol or a similar location. Also, make sure if there's other nodes in your area to pick up and discover what's on that, because every time you discover a new material that you have not picked up yet, you gain additional experience. Here's a good example. On my way to Desert Saffron, since I ran there, I was able to get to the Papato spawns, and discovering all of that was a nice little extra chunk of XP. Other ways to increase your experience gain would be using the 3% experience bonus from foods. I recommend roasted nopales and spinach sauté because these have gathering and perception. When you get to higher level zones, you can also try to use stuffed artichoke. And since we're talking about gathering foods, let's talk about what stats you need for a Disciple of the Land. There are 3 stats. They are Gathering, Perception, and GP. Gathering increases the rate of hitting when you gather. Perception increases the chance of getting a high quality item, and the farthest you can go on a particular node is 15%. After that, to get a higher chance to get a high quality item, you need to use abilities. And the third stat is GP, which I believe stands for Gathering Points, and this is basically the mana of the Disciple of the Land. Be sure to take advantage of these stats because that will increase your experience per hour. For every gather you succeed in a row on the same node, you get a chain bonus, and you also get an additional experience as well from picking up a high quality item. Alright, so when I finished up a full row of Desert Saffron, which got me up from 31 to 33, I headed down to the Shroud and I started farming Flax and Oak Logs. And I was level 35 when I finished a full row of each, and to get to 36, I farmed a little bit of Oak Branch as well. I believe the leaves for this particular level range are found in Korthos. You can also choose to farm Salt Leek as well, because it seems to have a decent guild per unit plus a decent, sale rate. So if you wanted to do that instead or also, feel free to do that. Alright, so after I finished up with the flax and the oak and stuff, I teleported to Wineport, and south of there's a bunch of trees that is a bomb for making gil. These have mahogany logs, iron acorns, nutmeg, and almonds. So I farmed an entire row of each of those, and that got me to level 40, but I wanted to get to level 41 to open the next tier of my gathering log. So after I finished up with all of those, I went to discover artichoke and zucchini and mugwort, which were right around the corner, and then I went back to the Shroud and I discovered blood currants, and I farmed thyme until I was level 41. None of these items I went out of my way to get a full row of them, because I just haven't had much luck with selling them in the past, or they don't have enough value per unit for my taste. But as you should always do this before any sort of gil farm, you should probably take a look at the prices of items yourself and decide where to go from there. I was farming purely out of habit, and I should have actually been looking before I left. But as somebody who farms on Botany every day, I already know pretty much what's going to sell well. On top of that, you can start picking up maps on level 40 nodes, and so it took me about 3 days to get through this because I farmed about 2 to 3 hours at a time. I was able to pick up 2 maps while leveling to 41. Now, I said in my previous video about leveling Botany from 18 to 30, I said I would not start listing items until I was 50, but you know what? I'm going to go ahead and go against that and start selling right now. But I will not be looting the gil until until the project is over. Alright everybody, thank you for watching, and come back in a couple days for my level 40 to 45 or 6 or something like that leveling video, and then I'm going to put out another video about doing all of the quests at once. And then after that it will be the results video.